After just one episode, I think Big Brother already told us who might win the season. And if I'm right, the winner isn't who most people are talking about. Welcome back to the Lowdown on Big Brother. I'm Devin, and tonight we're breaking down everything from the season 28 premiere. From first impressions of the cast to the brand new twists, the returning players, and who walked away with I won't call it a winner's edit just yet, but men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So we've got a lot to talk about. Before the season even started, I made one bold prediction. And that prediction is this: a woman will win Big Brother 28. After seeing tonight's premiere, I'm feeling a woman will win Big Brother 28. But the real question is, will it be one of the three women I picked during our cast reveal breakdown? Because you see, I did not account for two more women who are now joining the cast. That number wasn't a part of what I was thinking about. So did someone else completely change my mind tonight? I think that's the bigger question. Did someone else completely change my mind? And so we're going to dive into the strategies, the social game, the competitions, diary room edits, and of course the lowdown on the numbers. So grab a seat, jump into the comments with your winner pick, and let's break down episode 1 of Big Brother 28. So for those who know me, I like to start off with the numbers. So what's the lowdown on the numbers? The numbers are this. It's very simple. I just got four numbers for you tonight. 17. 17 house guests. Will it be 17? I'm not sure, but that's how many came in at one point for us to lose one in Rachel Riley. We'll talk about that later. Nine. Nine women in the house, which goes on to my theory that a woman will win this game. It's already a numbers game. And I already feel that the strongest players in the house are the women. So, 2 plus 2 equals 4. I think women are going to win this game. And then 8. That is the number of men we have in the household currently. And then we have 4 people safe, which I think brings us to something interesting about the 4. All 4 happen to be men. I don't know what that will do when the HOH comes up, but I did find it interesting that the men seem more driven to guarantee their safety. And I don't know if they started counting on their fingers and was like, well, I want to make it because I know eventually we will have all women make it to the finals again. It doesn't happen as often as it could. But to get to those final 3 and those final 4 seats, we'll see what happens in the meantime, right? Right. So something new I want to break down because no one can tell who lives, who dies, who tells your story. Shout out to Hamilton, is how people were edited this particular episode. Really looking at how many confessionals was given, and let me know if you noticed something because clearly I know with Angela returning, there's already a bias of a returner. So you're going to get the screen time, you're going to get more opportunities to explain yourself, but it's important who they're allowing to speak because that then paints the picture of who you want to root for. Because if you only come up once a time on the screen, I don't know you. I don't care if you win or lose. Get out of my house. I don't know who you are. Like who are you? And so you got to start thinking, how much do they really get? Because I was actually shocked. Jason doesn't have that much screen time so far. And I thought Jason would have a lot of screen time. Rome, thank goodness, doesn't have that much screen time so far. I he is a human. He is a human. He is a human. I don't really like that guy. yet. He might grow on me, but right now I don't really like that guy. But we'll see. We'll see because some people are actually more favorable than what their cast interviews initially said. I will say that straight off the bat. And I'm curious about how this will go further along in the season, especially when we get less people. Are these numbers going to shift? Because one of my winners pick and Melanie didn't get that much press. I think Melody has a really good shot. I think Haley, who didn't get a confessional till like the second hour, very long episode. All right, that actually makes me pause. If you're going to give me an hour and a half of TV, you need to tell me who the HOH is beforehand. You don't have a live episode anymore. There's no reason you couldn't edit it that we have a HOH at the end of episode one. Like that irked my spirit. Two things irked my spirit. More numbers. Two things irked my spirit. One was a fake out because I was like, I love Rachel Riley. She's an excellent character, excellent TV. I don't want to see her compete 2 years in a row. That was my first thing. Then when she got pushed into a volcano, spoiler alert, hopefully by the time you're watching this, you've seen this. Um, I was like, whew, relief. Even though it's been saying it's been D of survivors coming in for the longest, that fake out kind of did not make me happy. Second thing is you should have a HOH. Like why are we doing this? Why are we stretching this out to a Sunday when they've already been in the house for 2 days? Like, I don't, how am I supposed to tell my friends and family and loved ones that this is one of my favorite shows when y'all do stuff like this? Like, like the game needs to begin. The game hasn't even begun for real, for real. The game doesn't begin till the HOH becomes HOH. That's when you know the true game has begun where everyone's scrambling. So by the time we actually get the feeds on Friday, like, it's so much stuff we're missing, right? There's so much stuff we're missing. And I also want to say it feels kind of strategic of how built-in allies have already been put in place for our returning people. That's what it seems like. I don't know if that was how it's supposed to be, but that is what it seems like, right? Like, tell me I'm not tripping because I really want to make sure we're on the same thing. So let's start with the episode. Let's actually like recap. Now that I got my beefs and biases out of the way. Started with traditional move-in. I want to say that the interviews that they showed on TV made the people a lot more likable than the interviews that they put on YouTube. The interviews on YouTube made some people look really, really bad, and interviews on TV were like, oh, okay, I could tolerate them, right? The people that I didn't like, and the people I did like, I'm like, oh, this actually makes you a little bit better. Haley actually had a personality in this part. Haley did not have a personality when it came to YouTube. Like it was oof, rough, rough, and she actually looked more like physically fit than she did on the YouTube. But I was glad to see that and we got to see a lot more energy from like everybody. Like Kamu's introduction on YouTube, I was like, ah, on TV, I was like, okay, I like that guy. I like that guy. So we'll see how that turns out. So we go through the traditional interviews with the peoples at their homes, their families, and all that kind of thing, talk their strategy. And I thought it was interesting that it started with 8 women first and then 8 men. That put, yep, 8 women, 8 men. And how it kind of like mixed things up to allow people to kind of get that feeling like, oh, it's about to be an all women season. I like that little joke. It's coolly cool, whatever. And then how they kind of separated where, in past seasons where it feels like people get to be in the house for a very long time and then they do like a competition. And while they're doing the competition, now they could be like, ooh, us four is going to be the alliance. So when the other four people come in here, I'm glad that was eliminated. Everyone kind of got to mingle immediately, start to make friendships and connections immediately. And so we don't already have those first four, last four, because it wasn't that big of a gap in between everybody, right? I also noticed that Jason, who I'm pegging to go pretty far, was the first person in. I was like, oh, he does not watch this game. First one in does not win the game. That's the curse. Like he does not, and more power to you. Because I know some people, they'll hold the door for everybody before they walk in, right? I thought that was cool. What I did not like is that none of them could be the first HOH. I know you want to protect your money makers, CBS. I know you want to protect your money makers, so you want to make sure that they have as much safety as possible. And because they are your money makers, meaning Angela and Devins and possibly D, they're going to automatically work with each other, right? They're not going to target each other. And as long as one of them is the first HOH, it's a built-in alliance because they already run in the same circles. Like it's hard not to, like, because y'all have similar experiences, right? And so that makes me think who it has the potential to be put up. Because it's not going to be Devins. It's not going to be Angela. It's not going to be D. It's not going to be the four guys who won. That's seven people gone already. That leaves 10. Depending on who it is, let's say out of those 10, it's up to the four guys that's left. Of those four guys, which of the four guys is going to be put up? Right? That's what I'm thinking. So that gives me Barrett, um, Jason, Drew, and Rome. I would put my money on either Barrett, Rome, and Drew being a mixture of who's going to hit that block this week. One of those three or all of those three are going to hit the block this week. I'm rooting for Barrett. If you looked at it, Barrett was my favorite, but that's what I see it. If I was playing my cards of who's safe and the probability of who's potentially to get HOH, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm leading. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but y'all let me know if that's how y'all seeing it's going. As far as premiere episodes, I've seen better. I'm intrigued, but I've seen better. It doesn't wet my whistle. It doesn't. Remember when BB 23, how exciting it was when Frenchie won that HOH? He was like, oh, huh, this is about to be a summer. This is about to be a summer. You knew what potentially could be going on. That was a wild. That was a wild first week, man. That was a wild first week. Who won the first week HOH for 24? I was going so far back. I can't believe that was 5 years ago. But anyway, but you get the point. And so I like the fact that all the competitions seem pretty equitable, bringing back classics like balancing out things to get that safety, a puzzle of plank walks, and then a new one of like listening and then counting all the things, bringing that back. Well, not necessarily new, but a different play on that. So classic Big Brother games, and now I'm ready for the Big Brother politics. That's what I'm here for. Bring on the live feeds. So Tell me, who do you want to stay in the game? Who do you think is going to win? Did you like this episode? Were you excited to see Rachel Riley just to see her go away? And this is my thoughts right here. My top three is still my top three until otherwise stated. I still think it's Haley, Ashley, and Melody. I think they got a really good shot of winning this game. My favorite is still Barrett. I'm sticking to it. Um, First boot right now, I think it's gonna be Rome or Drew. Cause this is where Drew messed up. Drew's letting people know he knows too much. Drew's letting people know he knows too much. And nobody wants someone who knows too much. He is messing up on that tip. Like, shut your mouth, young man. Shut your mouth. Cause they're gonna be like, oh, you know how the game works for real, for real. And so unless he makes allies really, really quick, he is out of this house. And that's no fault. That's just youthful exuberance and being a super fan and can't hold your tongue. You need to hold your tongue, buddy. You need to hold your tongue. So this is the quick recap. If you'd like to join me on the Lowdown Big Brother, I'm hollering at my people on the forum. Please do that. Please like and subscribe. Did you like episode 1? Let me know. And with that being said, stay safe and get that veto.